been right since the day I came out. Struggling mentally, pain in my house. I ain't in prison, but my mind's in jail. I'm not just visiting, I live in hell.
Young World, LOD321, LOD versus Internet. I just want to tell a story about one time when I got shot. And I'm not going to get into the details and stuff like that. I'm just going to tell you what you need to know, the relevant information. Because as you've seen, the title is, I said I got shot, and then your health is your wealth. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is more important than your health. So I got shot twice. I got shot in both of my legs. I got shot in my right thigh from the back. Then I fell and got shot in my left shin. You know what I'm saying? Went to the hospital. They left both of the bullets in. That's another thing too. If you don't got health insurance and you mess around and get an injury, you know what I'm saying? They show you no love at the hospital. You know? So just try to get your shit, health insurance, and if you out here doing whatever you're doing, try to get some damn life insurance. You know what I'm saying? Get some damn life insurance. That way, you mess around and get took out for whatever reason. At least your family, your peoples will have something. They say money don't mean nothing. I tell you what, man, money goes a long way sometimes, especially if you're not going to be here. A couple of dollars a month, get a nice little policy. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here or there, but definitely get some damn life insurance and some health insurance if you can. Anyway, went there, got shot, went to the hospital. They left both of the bullets in my leg. You know what I'm saying? The one of my, like they're both in my leg, but the one when I didn't even know I got shot twice till I got there. I knew I got shot in my thigh because I felt it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the wet sensation. Went there, got to the hospital. Then when they cut my pants off, I realized I was shot in my shin. You know what I'm saying? The bullet was real big and bulky on top of my bone right there where my shin is at. All they did is give me 2 potassium pills. That's all I got. All they gave me 2 potassium pills and 2 two Motrin pills, and that was it. Like some 500-gram plate Motrin. That's how they be when you don't got no health insurance. But it didn't even hurt though. You know what I'm saying? Not to try to sound tough, but that's a lot of people that got shot. Sometimes it don't even hurt like that. It just don't be hurting unless you get shot in a certain place or whatever. But I was cool the next day. Woke up, walked around. I was good. I had like a little crutch I had to use for a second, but I didn't need it after a couple hours. Walking around with a little limp. It was a little sensation. It wasn't totally no pain, but I was good. You know what I'm saying? A couple days later, I'm up in Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun. You know what I'm saying? Try to get a little fresh air, get away from my area for a minute. Try to recoup. You know what I'm saying? Get my mind right. Up in the casino. I'm at the casino. You know what I'm saying? I'm there for like 5 minutes. I'm playing the slot machine, hit the thing on a jackpot, boom, 400. I was like, oh shit, like at the casino, like that. I've been in the casino millions of times. I usually go to Atlantic City, but that was my first time at Mohegan Sun, and usually a nigga does not win at the casino. You know what I'm saying? Casino for a person like me is like just give them free money. The amount of money I won all the times that I went to the casinos is nothing compared to the amount of money they took from me throughout the years. Then they put one out here where I live at. You know what I'm saying? Which when that first came out here, that I knew people that went down messing around with the casino, but that's a whole nother story. I'm gonna get into that. Anyway, at the casino, hit the thing by 400, hit it for like 400 jackpot, happy as hell, chilling. You know what I'm saying? It was a good day. The perfect thing I needed at that time to be just having fun. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. So I'm walking around the casino. Probably about like 20 minutes later, all of a sudden I start feeling my leg is wet. From the shin wound. You know what I'm saying? So it's like wet. Like I said, they left the bullet for the bullets in there, so they was in there. So it was just once they go in the bullet wound where it goes in, that it's like seals up. It's like a little bit of blood coming out. It'd be like still a wound, but it's not like an open wound how you would think if you never saw a gunshot. It just seals back up on itself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm chilling. So down, I feel a wet sensation on my leg. At some point, I look down and realize my leg is oozing pink, yellowish. It was like the consistency of like Elmer's glue, like that kind of thick. You know what I'm saying? It was oozing that. It was yellow and pink oozing out. So I'm like, what the fuck? This look crazy. And then after I seen it, it started feeling weird. I'm like, it just feel a little weird. So I called the hospital. I was like, my leg is acting up. You know what I'm saying? My leg acting shady as hell. So they was like, after I described to them what it was, they was like, go to the nearest hospital that you can find and go to the emergency room. So that's what I did. Went to where I was at, went to the emergency room, ended up in Massachusetts up by there. Went up in there. The surgeon dude came in there and he looked at my leg. He was like, I thought it was just going to be some whatever, you know what I'm saying? He looked at my leg. He was like, you got a serious infection. I was like, oh shit. So I'm like, whatever, do what you gotta do. He's like, I gotta cut your leg open. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you gotta cut it open. He was like, I gotta cut your leg open. And he's like, I gotta do it right now. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like I had to come back. He's like, I gotta cut your leg open right now while you're here. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do this right now because you're gonna mess around and lose your leg. Cause he started pressing on it, and the more that came out, you saw how bad it was affected. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh shit. So I was like, all right, do what you gotta do. So this man grabbed some damn X-Acto knives. You know what I'm saying? Like you use in art class. Cut my leg straight open. Like he cut where the wound went in, where the bullet went in, and then where the bullet was at, it traveled about like 4 inches inside my leg. So he cut a hole where it went in and a hole where it was at to take the bullet out, which is all they could have did. Like I said, if I had insurance, they probably would have popped it out anyway at the hospital. They could have cut it right out. So that's what happens when you don't got insurance. So he cut 2 holes, and mind you, he cut the holes, all kind of stuff oozing out. So he's like, "Oh, this is real bad." Then he started digging in there with tweezers inside my leg. Like, mind you, I'm looking down at this dude, watching him cut my leg straight open, working inside my leg. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know if he must have given me some kind of painkiller or something, but that shit was not working. You know what I'm saying? I was up in there. That shit was tumultuous pain. Like, this shit was extreme pain. It's not even like, it's just extreme, the most extreme pain you could think. He cut my leg open. Come to find out, when that bullet on there on my leg, when I got shot on my thigh, on my shin, that bullet hit the ground first before it went to my leg, so the bullet got rigid. So what it did was went inside my leg, took a big patch of my jeans like this inside my leg, but you couldn't see that because it was in there. Like I said, it seals up. So once he started digging around, he started pulling out big chunks of my jean from out of my leg, like my actual pants. You know what I'm saying? Was all in my leg, deep down in my down in the little pocket in there. So that was what was giving the infection. So he was like, "You got all these jeans in your leg." He started pulling it out. He pulling out mad threads and mad pieces of my actual blue jean. I'm like, what the fuck? So he did all that. He had to cut a hole straight through. So mine looking down at him, I had a hole straight through my leg, about that long, a hole straight down through it. You can see right down to where the bone was at. I was like, oh, but then he did that. He thought he got the infection out. You know what I'm saying? Then he packed it with all these gauze and all this saline solution, lubed it all up, stuffed it all down in there on both sides. Then I was expected to, every day, I was supposed to pull this shit out myself, out my leg, and put it back in every day for like a month straight. It was what they was expecting me to do on my own at the house. Like I said, because I didn't have no motherfucking insurance. If you have insurance, you don't got to go through stuff like that. I didn't do it every day. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do this shit every day, but I did it as much as I could. I had to dig out, the main moral to the story is when this happened to my leg, before this happened, the regular shot, I was like, whatever, I was gonna be good in a couple of days. I wasn't worried about it. It was whatever, you know what I'm saying? Once that infection got into my leg, yo, shit was serious, yo. Talk about pain. My leg was hurting so bad I couldn't even move any other part of my body that had any connection to that side of my body to make a muscle move because that shit was excruciating. I was out of commission for a minute. Once that happened, I couldn't walk right for at least about 3 weeks. Wasn't the whole month. It was about 3 weeks to where every movement I'm making, I'm like just to try to get up off the chair. It was like I had to keep my leg out. You can't see my leg, but it was like I had to keep it out. It was like it was extreme, yo. Like, and at that moment, this is the more I say all that to say this. When that happened, in those moments, the only motherfucking thing I cared about was being able to walk straight again. I was like, I'll do anything in order to be able to fucking walk. Because at that point, then after it happened, after he first cleaned it out, I had to go back for a follow-up like a couple days later. Then he found more jeans in my leg. He took all the gauze out, repacked it. Then as he took them out, he's like, there's more deep down. There's more in there. So he had to go in there deeper, pull more jeans out of my leg. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was, it was in the, so that like put me back. I thought I was healing up. Took me back like another week or two to back to the beginning. After that, it was good though, as far as there was no more jeans in there after that. But that shit was fucked up. And like I said, the only thing I cared about at that time, I was like, I just want to be able to walk. I don't give a fuck about no money. I don't care about no cars. I don't care about no who's out on some block somewhere. I don't give a fuck about who's doing what. The only thing I cared about, I was like, if I can just walk, I don't care about nothing else. But I didn't give a fuck about nothing. I was like, the only thing I want is to be able to walk. Something so simple, something that you do every day, something that you just take for granted on a daily basis. I get up right now, walk to my kitchen and get a fucking a jug of water and drink. Like little shit like that you don't even think about until you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? You don't think about the shit that you got until you don't have it sometimes. Something as simple as just walking was an extreme thing. I was like, if I can just walk, you know what I'm saying? One other time I had another quick story, my neck was messed up and I was like 15 or something like that. I was at a football game watching it from the stands. They go back and forth. It was like November, like almost getting winter time. All of a sudden I looked and then out of nowhere, for whatever reason, my neck was stuck. So every time I looked back a certain way, past halfway, got the most excruciating, sharpest pain from my neck to my shoulder up all the way. It was one of the top 3 worst pains I ever had in my life. And that was another situation when I was like, if I can just turn my motherfucking head, I'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? If I can just look over to the right side of my fucking body, I would be all right. Something so simple that you don't even think about. You know what I'm saying? That's why your health, there's nothing more important than your health. I don't care what nobody tells you. I don't care what somebody else got that you don't have that you want. Nothing is more important than health. All that shit comes and goes. Material comes and goes. I done had all kind of shit. Lost it. Got it back. Lost it again. Got it. Like, none of that shit matters when it comes down to it. Nothing is more important than your health. I'm going to tell you that right now for a fact. I just wanted to say that just to share that to you. I had to tell you a graphic story because it's things like that, you know what I'm saying, that make you realize how important the small things are, how important stupid stuff is, the stuff that you don't even think about on a daily basis, that you getting up and going into your bathroom by yourself with no help is regular. But if you get into a situation when you can't do something like that, you need help to even go to the bathroom or something, that your life is in a totally different, you see life totally different, you know what I'm saying? It's a thing that you can't see unless you're in a situation, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there, you know what I'm saying?